Coronavirus, what it does to your lungs and how to prevent it. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), the coronavirus COVID-19 is a dangerous disease that was formed from a coronavirus. These days, the said outbreak has become a pandemic. This means that most countries in the world have it. When a person is experiencing signs and symptoms of the said disease, such as dry cough, fever, and headache, it is recommended to consult your doctor and have a checkup. In this post, we are going to provide you with the vital details that you should know about coronavirus. These include the things that it can do to your lungs and how you will avoid them. So, if you want to know more about it, then keep on reading. What is coronavirus COVID-19? When we say coronavirus, we are referring to a family of viruses. The signs and symptoms of this disease are ranging from the common cold up to the Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus and the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus. There are lots of individuals who have been infected by this disease. But some of them have already recovered, which is good. This disease comes from different coronaviruses in animals. This disease is capable of being transmitted from animals to humans. This is called the spillover event. Coronavirus is now a pandemic. This is because the said disease can be transmitted from person to person who came from the countries that are currently having the disease. How does coronavirus is being transmitted? As stated by the CDC, or the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, stated that the main way for this disease to be transmitted is through a person-to-person contact. Just imagine yourself sitting on a bus together with an infected person, then suddenly, he starts to cough or sneeze. If he coughs or sneezes without covering his nose and mouth, the droplets coming from their mouth and nose might be sprayed to you. These droplets might contain the virus. The virus can also be transmitted when someone who has the virus touches their nose or even mouth with their hands. When that person touches you too, the virus might be transferred to the touched parts wherein you can inhale it. When you get the virus, the other mucous membranes in your eyes, mouth, and nose get in contact with it. The virus will enter the healthy cells and will use it to create new parts that will infect the other cells near it. The said disease can impact the lower and upper areas of your lungs. When it gets to the airways, you might feel an inflamed and irritated lining. Thus, one of the most important things that you need to perform when you have the virus or none is to wash your hands and perform the proper hygiene. There is also a study stating that the virus can also be present on your face. This means that it might contaminate the places you usually visit. These include the bathroom sinks and toilet bowls. But person-to-person contact is the main method of transferring the disease. That's why social distancing is very important. Signs and symptoms of COVID-19. The coronavirus COVID-19 is a new disease that can cause mild to severe symptoms and illnesses. What's worse is that it might cause the death of a person. The following are the signs and symptoms that might be present within 2 to 14 days after being exposed to the virus. Shortness of breath, cough, fever, persistent pressure or pain in your chest, bluish face or lips, inability or new confusion to arouse. Keep in mind that the signs and symptoms of COVID-19 will always vary upon person to person. So, if you are experiencing one of these symptoms, immediately consult your healthcare provider. How to prevent coronavirus COVID-19. Now that you know what a coronavirus is and how it is being transferred, it is time for you to know how to prevent and treat this disease. The first thing that you should do to prevent COVID-19 is to be aware of what is happening about the outbreak in your state. You can get real-time information on the official website of WHO. There is a high percentage that people who got infected by this disease can recover, but it takes time. The following are the things you should do to protect yourself and other people against this disease. Wash your hands frequently. Make sure that you will thoroughly wash your hands regularly. Use soap and water and use a sanitizer. This will kill the viruses and other germs that might be present in your hands. Maintain social distancing. Distance yourself for 3 feet or 1 the place of someone who sneezes or coughs. This will prevent you from catching the droplets coming from the nose and mouth of the person. Avoid touching your mouth, nose, and eyes. As we mentioned a while ago, hands touch anything that you might not know. The surfaces being touched by your hands might be contaminated with the viruses. When your hands have been contaminated, it might transfer the virus to your mouth, eyes, and nose. So, avoid touching these areas. Practice respiratory hygiene. Cover your nose and mouth by tissue or your bent elbow when sneezing or coughing. After coughing or sneezing, dispose immediately of the tissue you have used. Conclusion: Coronavirus COVID-19 is a dangerous virus that can infect lots of people in every corner of the world. Since scientists are still continuously researching the possible treatments to this disease, it is important for you to follow the prevention tips we provided above. Social distancing should be followed and proper hygiene. Stay inside your home to avoid the contamination of the virus. When you experience signs and symptoms of COVID-19, it is important to go to your healthcare provider and undergo a checkup. This pandemic will end soon if people around the world will cooperate with the government.